Welcome to ELTP Recaps. As you can see, this is something new that we're hoping to launch over Season 3, but because of the exceptional semi-finals that we witnessed yesterday, we thought we would roll it out just a little bit early. These are the extended highlights of one of the best games in ELTP history, one of the best and also one of the most controversial. We've got Ballis Germain versus Red Bull Salzburg. Lining up for Ballis Germain is Mike C and Nero on offense, with Newcomb to their captain and Baz at the back. And Red Bull Salzburg line up with ZRW on offense, their captain, with assisting him is Vakman, with Leroy and Fat on defense. The map is Boombox and it promises to be a cracker. Joining me, Dr. McDonald, in the commentary box will be The Evil, Chris and Rems. Hope you enjoy the game. Good early start here. BSG not really had the flag back in base. CRW doing a lot of good carrying here, and he's past two. That's good moves, good use of the boost, and he looks like he fate's coming in the top. He hesitates, which allows Newcomb to get ahead of him, and currently he's forced to retreat down to the bottom with Baz and Newcomb in close pursuit. He's forced all the way over to the back over to the right hand side. Baz gets a nice snipe. Nero grabs at one end, and Fatman grabs at the other. And let's see. I don't think Nero's going to get away here as Fat gets the return, and Fatman's coming in here. There's only one to beat. Mike C's been blocked out by Leroy. Fat, we're going to have the first cap. Yes, we are. As Newcomb comes in, but just a second too late, and it's a 1-0 lead to Salzburg.
Very well kicked by Red Bull Salzburg, and they used a risky top gate right there when there was still one at base, but it paid off, and they managed to get the blocks in, giving them an early 1-cap lead. And we're still seeing Red Bull Salzburg with a lot of power-up control, so right now BSG really needs to get on top of that if they want to strike back.
But currently ZRW is coming in here, he's looking to boost along the back, he's going to cap here, they take a 2-0 lead early on. RBS, sorry that for some reason my sounds are not coming up as cheers, which is strange, but 2-0 early lead for RBS as Fatman comes in again, and they've made it 3. This is exceptional, and BSG will not know what's hit them, and massive early lead, surprising for some, I reckon, as ZRW picks up a Juke Juice and looks to get even more. Baz grabbing and trying to get away, and he does get away well. Desperation times already as Baz manages to get away, but they can't get ZRW as Newcomb misses the return. Oh, and the flag is returned. Mike C is there for the regrab though, but I mean, what's going wrong right now for BSG?
Well, as I mentioned, they lost power up control, and they didn't manage to really get back in defense even after the cap, and they've just been battling regrab after regrab. And they're just not able to reset, it seems.
Oh, Nero is grabbed here, though, but he's being closely pursued. If they get the return on him, they do, but Newcomb's there for the grab, just in time to stop Fatman. He goes for the kiss, and he does, and Newcomb surely saving his team there from going 4-0 down. Nero not yet to grab, but he does grab, and Maxi takes out Fat. He's probably going to take out Leroy, he does, and Nero's away here. He's ahead of 2 players. Maxi coming to give him some blocks. But Nero ends up with a hit in the wall. Fat able to get the return. They're disappointed they didn't cap there, but it seems the game has settled down a little bit. BSG seem to have found their shape at the back a bit, but there is a long way to go for them to get back in this game, and the first thing they need, of course, is a cap. Oh, that's brilliant by ZRW. He splits the defenders and he's coming in here. He's only got one to beat. Baz is coming to try and help Mike C, but they're blocked out. And that's a fantastic cap by ZRW. I don't know if you saw that, but he absolutely split the defenders, ran them both ways. And Fatman's coming in the top here. Newcomb gets the return though, but that was a fantastic cap there. ZRW showing why he's one of the league's best defenders. Mike C grabs this time, and he does get away. He's currently ahead. There's no boost there, but he is ahead of 3. And this is the closest they're looking to capping so far. He needs to keep the speeds going, but Fatman gets the return. Nero has got the regrab, though. And can BSG get themselves back into this game? They're currently 4-0 down. There is 2.5 minutes left in this half as Nero goes and picks up a TagPro. So there's a long way to go. But Mike C and Nero, both with TagPros, they've won that. They've won that power-up battle. And Nero's coming in here, and I could sense a cap coming in here. He's been blocked out. They're forced to grab. Leroy's forced to grab, but they get the returns. And that's a nicely done cap for BSG, who hit back. And it's now 4-1 overall. A good cap there.
Yeah, we've been seeing a little bit of rustiness on defense in the beginning, but Newcomb and Bass does a solid defensive job, not only blocking CRW into the flag, but also keeping composure to get the returns just as they need them and not letting someone run out of base. Okay, so Mike C grabs for Ballis Saint-Germain, trying to get out, and he actually manages to get out, and Facman and Leroy are both fighting for power-ups. He gets through number one and gets a cap. That's very well done, and kind of poor by Red Bull Salzburg allowing him to get back in the game like that. Only 2 caps in the game right now.
Quite a tight start to this game so far. It seems like the first 5 minutes of the semi-finals, or the first half as well. Everyone a bit loose, a bit tense, but it all seems to have kind of become a bit more solid and tight now. But as I say, that Facman does get away. He's ahead of Baz by a pixel, and he's coming in here. Is Facman? He's absolutely got to go full steam, but he manages to get away from Baz, but Baz finally gets the return from that long chase. ZRW has got the regrab and boosts nicely all the way across the base, getting both boosts. That's well practiced there, but Newcomp's going to try and shut him down, and he can't squeeze through that gap. He's away here now, though, and he's done well to get away. He's only ahead of 2. He's coming in, he's rushing in. Oh, he nearly goes around Fatman. Fatman gets a return, but that was nice moves there. Baz has got a TagPro, and I think is Baz going to go on offense? He does go on offense. Might see staying at the back. We've seen Newcomp's employing these strategies quite a lot, and can Baz do anything with this TagPro? He does. He actually ends up grabbing. Nero gives him the blocks, but Fat spawns, and he obviously can't see the spawn, and he gets returned. Nero gets a regrab. It's not much of a regrab as both defenders are in base. As we approach the last minute of this game, as ZRW has got a TagPro on offense, and that allows Fatman to grab it. This could be the dagger to the heart of BSG in this game. He's following him through. The TagPro has run out, but Fatman's still coming in here. And I think he's just going to be patient, I would think here. He's not going to rush in because they don't need any more caps. They're up by 2. And barring anything dramatic... Oh, that's beautiful by Fatman. Did you see that? Now he split Baz and Newcombs there. That was exceptional. And he goes against the back wall. He's coming in now. Nero grabs and he's returned. And a couple of returns there. ZRW gets the regrab and there's 30 seconds left. And barring some of the most dramatic plays we will have ever seen, I think this half's going to be done dusted with RBS taking the first game. So, great first game there with RBS taking the victory. What do you guys think of the first game?
It kind of played out how I thought it would, but I think the second game will be a lot closer. I don't know. I feel like Newcomb and Baz are going to get it together for the second game, and I think I could possibly see a draw or maybe Ballis snatching it.
I think they did pick up the defence in that, that second game. Even from, the second half of the first game, they seem to be kind of wary to what Red Bull Salzburg are doing.
Yeah, I think definitely Ballis and Germain have learned a lot, especially from the first half, in terms of what not to do. Because both Facman and CRW are very good flag carriers, and they work really well together on offense as well.
All the flags are returned. Mike C gets the grab. Fatman will grab the other end, but he can't go away from Newcombs. And Mike C is coming in here. He is ahead of 3. But he's going to cap here, I think, if they block Fat out. Oh, he's forced to split CRW and Leroy, but they'll be intensely disappointed BSG that they couldn't cap there. It was the flag carrier and 2 defenders against just the one offensive player. Do you think they should have capped there, Devil?
I think that should have been a cap. Newcomb and Bass were blocking him downwards, and he could easily have just gone above them and got the cap there, but instead he chose to go almost directly at him. I guess he thought he might just break through Newcomb and Bass, but in situations like that, you might have to trust your defenders a little bit more.
And how much on this map how much is it patience and how much is it sometimes you just have to go for it? Because we see a lot of people get the flag and be forced to run around the map a little bit, even when their flag's in base.
Well, in my opinion, playing offensive defense on this map is reasonably easy unless they have a TagPro on defense. So I think being patient is fine, but sometimes you really have to go for it. And I think that's been one of the problems for Ballis and Germain. They've kept the flag, they kept it patient, but I think they've been too patient.
That's nice by Nero to boost past Leroy, but he's still got 4 ahead of him. And now should he just go for it because Mike C's got the regrab, or should he take more risks, or should he buy this time?
At this point, I think you actually should buy this time because this is the point where you get power-ups and you could just let your team pick them up while keeping the flag.
That's true. Fat Man should grab there and get away. Mike C has also got away. Mike C with the flag carrier is going to pick up a Juke Juice, which should help him avoid people from Newcomp's got a TagPro, and this could be a cap. They've got the return, and Mike C's coming in here. He's got no blockers at the minute. Newcomp's coming. The TagPro has run out. Mike C forced to retreat, manages to get away, but so does ZRW with a flag. It was remarkable there wasn't a return there. As ZRW is returned, and Mike C is attempting to come in yet again. He's coming in here. He's only got fat to beat. Leroy was in close pursuit behind him. Mike C forced to accelerate, but Leroy getting the return. We've got 3 minutes 20 and yet to see a cap in this very, very tight game. But ZRW is away here. He's ahead of 2. He's coming in from 3. Leroy and Fatman come down to block. He's looking for the going through the back. Nero again with the grab and return. I think that's the 3rd time we've seen the exact same play there. I've noticed we've seen a lot this time is teams grabbing whilst the flag's out of base, which is kind of like a kind of risky strategy, but we've seen it happen quite a lot. But Nero is coming in here. Sorry to cut you off. Nero's coming in here. Baz has got a TagPro, so Baz could lead him through. But Fat's managed to grab and get away and possibly save his team, save the half for his team. And Fat might go pick up a rolling bomb here. He does, and he returns Nero. And Mike C is at the other end for the regrab, and he heads top, and that's a risky move. And he's returned, but Fat is stuck in the middle at the minute. Newcomp gets the grab at the other end, and I think that's a risky grab. He's got to stay alive here as Newcomp. And he managed to do so, and they managed to force Fat down the back, but getting a little bit loose, I'd say, BSG there. The strategy's getting a little bit risky. They've still got a lot of time. Newcomb goes for the kiss. He does so. We've got 5 seconds left. I don't think even Nero can get across to the other side of the map at the same time. So 0-0, the first half finishes, and hopefully we can bring you some caps in the second half. What are your immediate thoughts, Devil and Chris?
I think defenses have been really solid, like for... Ballis and Germain managed to keep the flag in base a lot, while Red Bull Salzburg really managed to keep offensive defense really well and being able to reset several times in spite of getting a lot of regrab trains against them. But that being said, I think if Mike C and Nerol kind of loosen up a little bit in the second half and takes a few more risks on offense instead of just backtracking as much as they've done, I think they have a good chance of winning this second game.
Power up time as Newcomp and Baz battle for the right, and they're currently locked in to that bottom right corner. It's a TagPro as well. I don't think Fatman and Newcomps are going to give it up easy. Nero had a rolling bomb which is neutralised, and I think ZRW might have a rolling bomb at the bottom there. Finally they get the TagPro when Baz comes to help out, but at the expense of a free grab for ZRW, who gets away with that rolling bomb. Could that be costly? Getting that TagPro hasn't done much for them yet, but ZRW is coming in here. He's only got 1 to beat, but Newcomb storms in through the top and gets the return, and now Baz has got the TagPro and clearing the way a little bit for Mike C. And he could come in here, could Mike C. He's only got 1 to beat. Fatman's coming in. Fatman's going to grab, I think. Fatman does grab. Newcomb gets the return. Mike C cuts! And that's exactly what BSG needed. They've taken the lead in this second game. We've already played 13 minutes, and we finally got a cap. It goes to BSG. And as it currently stands, we would have overtime, but we've got a long way to go. But BSG, for the first time in 33 minutes of TagPro, are in the lead. What do you reckon to that, Devil? Exciting stuff now, definitely. It's on. The game is on.
Yeah, I think this will open up the game a lot. And even though it was a risky play, Baz getting that TagPro really proved vital for BSG. But
ZRW is coming in here. I'm sorry, it's going off. Leroy gives the blocks. Mike C has to grab. And Fat had the TagPro, so Mike C was forced to roll through the flag. And ZRW hit him back immediately. And maybe this game's going to start to open up now. Baz has got away in the meantime, but Fatman's got the Juke Juice. And ZRW and his team immediately hitting back there. Red Bull Salzburg equalising this game up. And as it stands, they would be going through to the final to face the winners of Tagging and Rolling BC. Mike C has got the regrab, and the regrab train's well and truly underway, but the power-ups are spawning, and Fatman's got TagPro, and he just kind of happened to roll into that. There is a Juke Juice left, which Baz is going to pick up. Baz a little bit out of position here, and Mike C is going to pick up a Juke Juice from the right as well, but ZRW has got away here. He's following Fatman. It's ambulance through traffic time here. That TagPro is going to run out soon, though, but is it going to last long enough? He's coming in, he runs out! Oh, Baz gets a return, and Newcomp manages to get away. And Newcomp's ahead of 4 here, I think, but he's forced to go along the bottom. He goes for that boost, but Fat gets it first and gets the return. This is getting exciting here as Baz gets the grab this time. It's all getting a bit loose. He tries to split Fat and Leroy, but the flag's returning. All the flags are back in base, but not for long as ZRW grabs, he splits Baz and Newcomps, and he gets away through 2. Mike C and Nero need to get in position here, or the game's going to get away from them. He's rolling in his ZRW. The blocks are there, but Mike C gets the return. Fat Man with that regrab. Is Baz going to shut him down? Baz just probably playing some contain. He goes through the gate, and Baz shuts it down. 5 minutes left. Woo, exciting stuff.
Yeah, a lot happening in a short time. And right now we're getting a battle for corps, which probably will see a break in the game, but apparently not a lot because Nerol just grabbed.
Nerol has grabbed. There is a rolling bomb in the left, but Nerol is away ahead of 2 here, but ZRW's got away at the other end, even though Newcomp's had that. And the flag is returned. It's only Mike C in the way. Mike C, he chooses not to. Mike C doesn't go for the grab with that rolling bomb, and that could cost his team. Fat has called stop, and they're going back to group. But the decision making there from Mike C, I mean, I know it's so hard to do just in the middle of it, but it seemed with that rolling bomb he should have grabbed. What do you think?
I mean, at least he should have made sure that he was between the flag carrier and the flag, because that was just an overcommitting that he didn't need to do right there.
Yeah, he should have grabbed. Like, I think he just should have grabbed. He had a rolling bomb. It was the best decision to make.
I mean, it doesn't even matter if he had a rolling bomb. Even if he hadn't made a rolling bomb, that decision was not a good decision.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, definitely. But I mean, the rolling bomb would have definitely validated him grabbing.
I mean, yeah,
Definitely.
I mean, it seemed like just the grab and return could have all happened in one time, but he just, I don't know what happened to his position there. I mean, it's so harsh to criticise great players for one little mistakes, but it was such a, I mean, in a split second, but it just looked all wrong, didn't it? And that, I mean, that could cost us the game.
So new contents here. Do you have anything to say about that?
I just want to know if it's a cap or not, because they said stop. They said stop before their cap, and our flag was returned so that they capped. So I'm sure that our flag was
Okay.
back.
Yeah. So you had a flag. It was returned, and then they called stop before it was returned. But the return was before the cap, obviously.
Yes.
This could be decisive here. I mean, RBS will take a 2-1 lead, and there's not much time left for BSG to get to 2 caps they would need to get back into this. So obviously they are desperate for it to stay at 1-1, but whether it is, I mean, obviously Newcomp's in here, but the Evil, Chris, what are your thoughts?
I was always under the impression that if the team who called stop, if their flag gets returned, if their flag's in base when they call a stop, it stops then. Or if but if their flag wasn't, if for instance, if Red Bull's flag wasn't in base when they called the stop, then the cap should stand.
Just going to have a quick look at what's being said in the group chat right now. So ZRW essentially arguing, why would our cap not count when we were the ones that were lagging? Newcomp said that you called stop.
I feel it's a little bit disingenuous to call stop and then get a cap. Getting a cap and then calling stop is fine, but the opposite way does not feel right with me.
Chris, are you keeping an eye on the group? What's happening there? They're still arguing?
There's a lot of arguing.
Yeah, it's getting heated in the group. It's definitely getting the rule book is out and people are looking into it by the looks of things.
Yeah, I can't say this was unexpected. So, Rams, do you have any inside information?
I do, because I have to make the decision, don't I?
Yeah.
We're still running off Season 2 rules as they're written. I can't change that, because that's how they're written. I can change it for the final, but not during a game. So we'll stick with how it's written, which is the cap won't stand.
The game is back away, so that means that it is back to 1-1. That cap did not count, and BSG, Newcomp has got his whiny little French way and somehow has managed to claw that cap back. we posted a straw poll in the chat link, so give your views on whether it should have been a cap or not as we get the game back underway. Quite exceptional scenes here, and could that come back to really bite RBS in the arse as Mike C gets away here and looking to give his team a lead after moments ago his mistake cost them almost probably a place in the final, almost certainly. But they've currently got the regrab train going. They've got 5 minutes to get back into this game, and I mean, Devo, we've seen a lot of TagPro, but this is quite exceptional.
This is going to be really interesting if PSG manages to get by with the win, especially if it's by 1 cap. That would be kind of hilarious, to be honest.
Hilarious / I'm not sure. I'm sure we'll find that in the chat afterwards if ZRW thinks that. But there's a long way to go as of yet. It is currently still RBS going through, and so all this might be just a moot point. But I think a lot of momentum with PSG is minute. Mike C gets a rolling bomb. That's neutralised, but he does get away. But he's got to try and get away from Fat with a juke juice, which isn't going to happen. They've got this Rugov train, but they're slowly getting pinned further and further back, and it finally ends as Fat gets the return. 3 minutes left for PSG. They are down and out. If they do not get a cap, they've got 3 minutes to get a cap as people battle for the power-ups. Mike C going for the left. I think Mike C's going to go. No, Mike C's been pinned in for that left, but he's going to get it, and he said TagPro. Mike C's got a TagPro on the left. There's a rolling bomb middle, which is neutralised, and Baz and ZRW are just chilling out over that one on the right. It is a rolling bomb, which Baz gets. Mike C grabs with that TagPro. Maybe that wasn't the best decision, but it has allowed Nero to get a regrab. And Nero is away here. He's coming in. He's got a TagPro at home. There's only one to be. It's going to be a cap here. It is. Massive controversy here. And suddenly, BSG are in the lead. They were 2-1 down, remember. The cap controversially ruled out. And now they are 2-1 in the lead. Absolute massive controversy here in this semi-final as Facman gets away. But if Facman gets in this cup, it's all, like, it's 2 minutes left. I can't keep up. It's amazing. Facman's coming in. Mike C forced to grab. Mike C manages to get away along the bottom. And he's looking after Fatman. I mean, Evil, just please talk before I have a stroke.
Okay. Yeah, just going through that cap with Mike C. I think with Nero capping and Mike C having a TagPro, I think Mike C actually did a really good thing because grabbing with a TagPro and then dying means you go back to base and clear it out for Nero coming in with the regrab. It's a risky strat, but I think it's even more successful than just doing the regular train.
Nero has grabbed here. It could be drama here. He's coming in. He's only got Newcomb to beat. Newcomb's holding him off long enough for Baz to get there and probably saving his team there. Not that he's not already saved his team through, shall we say, diplomatic format. But ZRW is coming in along that back wall. Oh! He was a pixel off it! Can you believe that? He was a pixel off that! There was so many balls in the way, and he just couldn't get it. I can't believe that wasn't a cap. Baz got the return, and then got the grab and managed to get away. Oh, this semi-final is turning out to be everything we'd hoped to be and more. It looks like it was going to be a bit of a dull, dreary affair at one point. But Fat's coming in here! Fat should cap! Fat was going in the wrong direction. He didn't have the momentum to turn around in time, and couldn't cap. I cannot believe Fat did not cap there. There's 45 seconds left. And a cap for RBS would knock BSG out here. There's 40 seconds. The flag's back home. There's a TagPro on D. Leroy's got a TagPro. He's taking them all out. Fat is still holding off. He's grabbed though. He's being returned. Baz goes for the snipe. He misses it. But Fat's still being held off. The TagPro's still live. He's boosting against the back wall. Baz is there. The TagPro runs out. Baz manages to get away. I cannot believe it. What just happened? I have never seen anything like it. Oh, I cannot believe that just happened. Baz absolutely saving his team. Dr. Baz the Irishman, give him a medal. How did they not cap? Fat was too slow. He didn't go in. He wasn't bold enough. There was a TagPro at home, and he just couldn't take it home. I can't believe it. The Evil, we're going to overtime.
This is going to be really interesting, especially if PSG wins in the overtime. Winning with 1 cap after that controversy with the almost cap for Red Bull Salzburg just before the stop. That's going to be, yeah. As for the plays, I think Mike C did an amazing thing with the TagPro. Grabbing, getting return for base, leaving an empty base to Nero for grabbing, and he could easily clear out his own base. And that basically ensure them to win, along with some amazing offensive defense by Bass and Newcomb when Red Bull Salzburg looked sure to cap.
And just to update you, I mean, a lot of tempers streaming over on the stream. You know, I know people will want to see the group chat, but I'm a very big believer that the group chat is the group chat and not something that should be streamed. But, you know, Leroy and ZRW absolutely telling you in no uncertain terms how they feel about the cap that didn't count. Newcomb, I mean, you know, I don't think commentators are supposed to have opinions, but I would be inclined to agree. I mean, we're all going to have our opinions on this. Let's have a look at the straw poll results. Should it be a cap or should it not be? But I think one thing's for certain, when it comes to the Fair Play Award, I don't think Newcomb's team are going to be top of anyone's league anytime soon. The argument's all starting again. Fatman telling them to leave it. And I mean, he's right, Fatman. RBS just need to forget that and focus on overtime.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lost battle at this point. You can now argue all you want, but this is going to overtime, and the best thing any captain can do for his team is just lay this behind them for now at least, take it later, and just be 100% concentrated on overtime.
And the straw poll, not conclusive, but a slight victory for the cap standing for RBS. 12 votes, taking that to the 9 votes saying it was not a cap. Probably 8 of those votes coming from Newcomb and 1 coming from his cap. But still, overall, the community very much split. But that was an absolutely sensational finish. That was, I mean, you know, controversy aside, that was phenomenal finish, and I can't believe RBS didn't cap at the end there.
Yeah, they definitely had the opportunity a few times, but I think we have to commend Newcomb and Bass for their amazing play, especially keeping them alone on 2 separate occasions from capping. It might have been a little bit too much nerves from Red Bull Salzburg not going for the cap, but they definitely did a good job keeping them away from getting the cap.
Oh, sorry. I'm just reading the stream. People absolutely praising Baz. I mean, Chris, that was phenomenal by Baz there, really, wasn't it?
It was his only option, but he did it really, really well. And the fact that he managed to get away, you know, it could have gone either way, but he used his experience and it really paid off.
Who is it for you? Who would, if you could call it now, who's going to be in the final?
Oh, it's close. It's really close. I think I feel like Salzburg will just edge this next game, and that they'll take it.
Devo?
I like I said, it would be hilarious if they won by 1 cap in the second game, and it would be even more hilarious and more drama if they won with overtime with BSG. So, and honestly, I think BSG has been playing slightly better than Red Bull Salzburg. So right now, I'm holding a button on them. But again, if CRW and Factman wakes up on offense, they could easily turn the game around and win the overtime.
7 minutes left. Do you think we're going to see the teams really tighten up here? Because it's been difficult at times to cap on this map, and obviously it's overtime. You know, how do you reckon they're going to play?
I think we'll see it tight up until somebody gets a cap, if they do. If there's no cap, there's probably going to be tight play all through this half. But if one team gets a cap, it will probably just run loose like the last half did.
Baz has got the button though, but Fatman's gone up and over and has managed to get ahead of Newcomb. Baz, that's good play. He's ahead of him by a pixel. He's done beautifully here as Fatman. He is coming in. Nero grabs. That's a risky grab. He's returned by the gate, but Baz, Newcomb might see have managed to get ahead. Little overcommit from Newcomb there, but it doesn't allow Fatman through, and he gets the return and the second time of asking. Nero's picked up a rolling ball. Mike C's got away as ZRW goes and picks up a juice from that right hand side. Mike C is in base. If they can get the return, they nearly do. They boosted, they just miss him, and that could have been one of those cases where timing was everything. Mike C being chased by Leroy here along the bottom. ZRW with the juice, not going to get caught anytime soon. Running rings around Baz and Nero, splitting them, using the middle blocks, the middle walls to get away beautifully there. And all the flags out of base, and like we said, it was going to be quite tight, but now the flags are out of base, it's all a bit hectic. ZRW has managed to get ahead of 3 here, obviously, but Mike C goes for the kiss because Nero is well placed for the regrab, which is a smart move, but Leroy with the nice snipe just catching the edge of the ball and getting the return. Facman is coming in here. The flag is home. Fatman's going in through 2. He's ahead of 3. Baz and Nero go for the blocks are there. He misses out the cut by a big. So, oh my god! And Mike C gets the grab of the return. And Nero's away here. Nero's ahead of all of them. He's going to be a cap. Can he do it? He's done it. BSG are winning. There's 2 minutes 30 left. And BSG, they're winning. They're going through to the final as it stands. That cap that was controversially ruled out so long ago could now be so important. And Baz is coming in here. He's got a rolling bomb. But Fatman's got away with the juice. Oh, I do not believe it. I absolutely don't believe it. BSG 1-0 up. Incredible seas, Devil.
Yeah, and we could see how fast it turned. It looked like it was Red Bull Salzburg coming in, just getting the cap. They get a return, get a grab, and Nero with a brilliant boost just past CRW, who is slightly out of position in the middle. He was ahead, but he let Nero get the boost, just those pixels ahead of him to get the cap there.
2 minutes for the aggrieved RBS to get back into this game. They need the cup. They are losing in overtime. And this is absolutely dramatic stuff. This game has been going on for nearly 2 bloody hours. There's only a second half if no one wins, Chris, I thought. Is that right? Second half is only if no one wins.
I think it's a full game.
No.
Oh, right.
If they win this half, it's over.
Ah, right, okay.
So a minute 20 left, so everyone ignore Chris. He's talking shit as usual. But Leroy's coming in here. Oh. Leroy is coming in. The blocks are there. Leroy's equalised it. I don't believe it. We are going to a second half as it stands. There's a minute 10 left. This game is one of the absolute best games of TagPro in terms of end-to-end stuff that I have ever seen. Devil, your thoughts?
Well, it looks like BSG is looking to secure the win. They're going for the power-ups, keeping 1 in base. And in doing that, they let Leroy away, and he only has to beat 1 when they have 2 on defense blocking him away, and they don't really do any mistake there. So, well played, Red Bull Salzburg, really. Taking advantage of BSG, maybe playing a little bit too careful right there.
We got 30 seconds left. Oh, we're going to a second period of overtime. Fatman boosts this past Nero. Oh, and the nice snipe by Baz allows Nero to get allows the return. And Mike C's coming in here. He's got a lot to do. There's 20 seconds left. Can we see some late drama? He's going to boost against the back wall. There's a lot of bodies there. Someone, CRW grabbed and Mike C gets returned. And how close are we there to the winning cap in the dying seconds? It's not going to happen. Nero's coming in. This is the last throw of the dice. The blocks are there. They've done it. BSG have won it. I don't believe it. With 2 seconds left. They've done it. Absolutely incredible. BSG are in the final with the last second of the game. They've done it. Newcompton and his team are in the final. I don't believe it. The Evil. What a game!
Yeah, incredible game. And with that last cap, Red Bull Salzburg with an unfortunate plastic grab as they already had 1 behind the flag. And they got an overcommitting offensive defender at the end. They're letting Nero through, and they could easily block the last guy out of it, giving them the victory right there. Well played by BSG, getting the cap with 3 seconds left to go, but it's definitely not going to be the last thing we heard about this match for a long time.
What a finish.
For joining us tonight for what will almost certainly go down as one of the absolute classic ELTP games. Drama in more ways than one, and what an incredible finish. I mean, what are your thoughts on that game, Chris?
It was unbelievable. I mean, you don't. It's rare to see a game that intense and that kind of, end to end. It was kind of. There was chances for both teams. I think Fat had a really great chance where he kind of should have cut when they had 2 tag pros. Baz though did an incredible job to kind of get the return on him, which I think obviously must have buoyed BSG with some confidence. And then when the stop was called, I think all that controversy was kind of it all went a bit crazy after that. But Nero at the end kept calm under pressure and did really to bring in the winning cap for BSG.
I mean, have you seen a closer finish? I mean, last 5 seconds left on the clock when they capped. I mean, it doesn't get much closer than that in overtime as well.
No, that was completely intense, and I can't imagine any of the players that even enjoyed playing in that game. But I think BSG they worked really hard and they got the victory in the end. And I mean, I'm really sorry for Red Bull because those guys played their hearts out as well, and I think they deserved it. It was a great advert for ELTP, and I think it was just a fantastic spectacle.
I mean, and during all the numerous breaks that we had, you were often keeping an eye on the group chat, and it got quite heated around the controversy and stuff like that. Do you think that might have affected Salzburg going into the final? Off the back of that decision.
I think after a decision like that, it's hard to recompose yourself and kind of get back into the mental state that you need to have to win a game like this. I think it would have played a part, but I wouldn't like to kind of put it down to that. However, I do think it would have played a part in their kind of the ending of the game and how they played from that moment on.
It's a difficult balance, isn't it? I mean, at the time there was a rule technicality essentially, which on further looking at it, that technicality is right. That rule's been applied correctly, but then to some extent, sportsmanship also goes a long way, and it seems to be a bit of a divide in the community about whether it's the technicality or sportsmanship should stand. I mean, what do you feel about that?
I think that I can see both sides. I can understand why the rule was put in place, and I can understand why they'd want to play. Why New Comp would kind of quote that rule. But I do believe that probably the cap should have stood. I think Mike C could have prevented the whole situation. To be honest, if Mike C had
just got the return,
just got the return or grabbed the flag, either one of them two. I think the whole thing would have been a big. It would have all been prevented, but. I mean, yeah, aside from that, I mean, in times like that where things that have happened, where there's no kind of precedent, where nothing like that's happened before, it's always going to be a bit of a grey area, and it was a difficult decision for Rems, I think. So I think he did the best he could at the time. Yeah,
definitely agree with you there. And as you said, we haven't really had this precedent before, and it has thrown up, in the subreddit on Sunday night, during the day on Monday, lots of kind of, debating, arguing, lots of points about rule changes and people maybe even asking for rematches, different rules being quoted to counter the rules that were applied during the game, and basically drama that we've never really seen within ELTP, at least in the public eye before. Rems, I'm sure that's been a bit stressful for you overseeing that all, but what are your kind of thoughts on things as they stand?
I mean, it is difficult. I mean, there is requests for rematches, and I mean, there were two issues in that match, which some may be aware, some might not be aware. There was an issue in the second half of the first game, about 6 minutes 45 seconds in, where a stop was called just as Ballis Germain made a grab, and that was kind of disqualified. So they both kind of had a cap disqualified. In fairness, and it's been difficult throughout, but I mean, we've got a rule change for season 3 as coming in force now. We enforced that in the second game that night, which is slightly more, it has more in it essentially, on when you can call a break, and it also allows in-game substitution. So we brought that in early to try and resolve that issue.
And if you don't mind me asking, Rems, the rule that's been quoted recently about stops being called by captains or lead players, obviously we've seen all season, anyone calling stop in it and it being okay, but then when suddenly the rules are getting technical, it's almost like a live by the rule but die by the rule book kind of situation. So what are your kind of views on who can call stop? Is that been looked at?
We've changed the way you can call a stop, which should hopefully resolve that issue. You no longer call stop when you want to stop. You say BR or break, one of the two, until a break of play occurs, and then you can say stop. So I'm hoping that will resolve it, and there won't be any issues on who has to actually call it. I mean, the first stop was called by Fatman, which is an RBS player, and the second one was called by Fat. But neither of them are captains. So I mean, it's complicated, but it's not the most enforced part of that rule, and hopefully the change saying BR will change that.
So lots of controversy here, lots of technicalities and things that we've had tonight. It has proved a great spectacle, though, for all to be involved with, and definitely has got people talking. So feel free to join the conversations on the subreddits about what's going on. Feel free to give your opinion. In the meantime, I'll say thanks to Rems and Chris for joining me for this little chat, and for DeEvil for helping out with the co-commentary last night, and both teams for playing. Thanks very much for joining us, and we'll see you soon.